Greetings, gentle viewers!
Hey, what's up?
You got me with that one. Okay, very good. Speaking of understated and not really caring, we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm reluctant to admit that I'm we squared because that just seems to be the joke that we're making all the time now.
Ah, self-hate. Speaking of self-hate, we're the... Oh, we already did that. Guess I wasn't paying attention. Good job. Thanks, Billy.
So that's fine, Natsuno.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I think we're actually really close to having Yuki rescue Natsuno. Maybe not. There's still this other one involving the box in the old school building, but here we are. Here we are in Sector 3.
So let's go.
If she is still alive, she's either deep inside a building, or she's moved farther away.
Both are very possible.
I will widen my scan range.
Not John.
Well, I guess I shouldn't actually be surprised by that. We thought, well, her events have just been really long lately, you know? Oh, well.
That was about as anticlimactic as our opening was.
Cool.
Gee, maybe they just couldn't find her, immediately gave up and left, and now that's what we're doing. And...
Yeah, we're gonna like go back there and have BJ scan again with the wider parameters, huh?
We couldn't find Not John.
No, man!
What if she's alone? Shivering, scared in that ruined city? I won't give up on her. A city in ruins. And this one's next. Is that what this place is gonna look like? I can't even imagine.
Man, I'm disappointed!
That guy I met inside the old school building. He's on the run from those black suits. Named Sekigahara. He'll be hiding out in one of the old classrooms for a while. Him and Miura. If I want to rescue Nachan, I'm gonna need their help. So the box I thought was a projector was actually a talking machine named Miura. And the stuff Nachan wrote in her notebook, she must have been talking about that. So it wasn't just made up. I'm sorry for doubting you, Nachan. Natsuno Minami. We finally found out where Nachan is. She's been left in the ruined future city. I may not be able to get to her yet, but I will save her.
Well, it's called interviews, so I guess we better just start talking to peeps. Why, though?
Yeah, I don't see how that's really going to assist us in finding Natsuno.
We know where Natsuno is.
Yeah.
Hey, you!
You have more questions?
Okay, I was wondering.
I already told you everything I know.
Sorry, happened again.
Sorry for bothering you.
And that's it?
Well, maybe we can talk to Juro now. Maybe he's over there. Or maybe not.
Interviewing. Are we looking for clues in the cafeteria?
Apparently.
Nah. I just want something to drink. Gotta keep my mouth occupied.
Pick up a Hey C.
You want something?
Nothing for me. Thank you.
Why is that, robot?
Maybe she's a eating robot. Some robots can eat. Or drink cola. So which is it, High King or Hey C?
Well, hi, King. We haven't experienced that yet.
In a box?
Okay.
Yuki-chan!
I was wondering if he was ever gonna be in this.
Amiguchi.
I'm telling you, Destiny sure wants us to be together.
This again?
I'm just saying, doesn't it seem like it's Amiguchi that is the person who divorced Takamiya?
That seems to be what they're saying, yeah.
Just saying, look closely at the hair. Look closely at the hair.
That hair is very similar.
Switched over to the High King team, huh?
What?
Because you're usually drinking Hey C.
She's working. That's why she's getting coffee.
Quit watching me. I just need something in my mouth. Doesn't matter what, as long as it's not cigarettes. What the hell do you want anyways?
How about a date?
No thanks. I mean, really, how many times is it gonna take for it to stick in that floppy-haired head of yours?
How many times you got?
How about until you go on a date with me?
That's a good answer.
I got my bike with me today,
That is such a big key.
so I was thinking.
Ooh. A bike? Sounds wonderful.
Who's this?
Apparently, she's Watson.
Huh? Are you from another country?
Sorry, pretty boy, but I got more important things to do today.
We are actually quite busy.
Okay. Well, I guess I won't keep you.
You're awfully docile today.
Just don't want you to hate me for being too aggressive, you know.
You gotta make sure that everything's in proper moderation, you see.
Yuki-chan, next time's a date for sure.
Well then, shall we?
Yeah.
Really?
Huh. That's not even the event.
Okay, bye. You'll get that date one day.
Hello?
I can't even leave.
Oh, Takamiya-san.
I don't like this.
I see you're still wearing the uniform from your last school.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you need help with anything, come and see me anytime, all right?
Yeah.
Tamao-san. I haven't heard from you in some time. Where have you been? You need to check back in with me, understood?
Haven't heard from her because 426.
And deliberately called her Tamao-san, not Erika Aiba.
Morimura gave this note to me. Shit. She wants me to do something. And the first step is talking to Aiba.
I don't like any of this.
There's something I want to check on the way home. Come with me?
Certainly. Where are we going?
Well, this is a neat vista. Brand new vista at that.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I guess that's the factory.
I just wanted to check something.
Oh? What is it?
I have to see if you're an android. This statement is false.
I can't believe you reached for so specific a reference.
Really?
That's from the Black White People episode of Star Trek, the original series, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I ditched class this morning. Went to pay someone a visit.
Who?
Erika Aiba.
Aiba. In the hospital. The real Aiba has been sick. Confined to her hospital bed.
And now if you want to avoid this conversation, you're just gonna have to run from me.
And I overheard you talking to the school nurse, Morimura. She called you Tamao.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case. But is it Tomo Kurabe from 85? Or is it the one from 45? Are they the same person? If so, why? Or why not?
Is Tamao your real name?
Well, now it's 426.
Well, I guess the jig's up. You're right. My name is Tamao Kurabe. I harbored no malicious intent. Plus, a twist like this in the third act?
We are in the third act, I suppose.
It makes for a better detective story, don't you think? You really are good at this, Takamiya-san.
You remember the incident in the girls' bathroom?
Yes, but why bring that up now?
There were 2 Tomi Kisaragis witnessed that day. And I recently found the second one.
Wait, what?
Really?
Who's there? Sekigahara.
That meaning
Hey.
he's the one who picked her up.
Oh! What are you doing? Is that Tomi Kisaragi?
It's a machine made to look like her. An android. Can't get it to work anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy. Red light starting up like from the heart.
Data's been corrupted too. But before it was destroyed, the inside seems to have been replaced. Meaning he got away looking like someone else.
Right. I suppose A. Sekigahara might be particularly interested in finding 426.
Perhaps.
As he has been accused of being 426, including by us many times.
Who's he?
Juro Izumi.
I see. It's not that Shinonome is 426, she's just the architect of the apocalypse.
You can forgive us for conflating the two.
But doesn't it make sense that the ex-Terminator is the one that becomes the android?
Yeah!
He's a mass murderer.
The one from a few loops ago.
Yeah, because we haven't heard anything about 2188 Juro.
Right, we don't know anything about him at all.
He may be without a body, but I know he's plotting something.
Is he really a mass murderer? Or is he someone who was trying to stop the Daimos stuff? That's it, isn't it? Furthermore, he was...
Well, like I said, we don't know anything about the original Juro.
But we don't have to.
Well, he might be talking about the original Juro.
This is said to take place in Sector 1. Were they operating under the idea that time travel was real?
Yeah, they kind of had to be, wouldn't they? They were killing researchers who helped develop the AI.
Well, all of that is completely false if it happened in Sector 1. If it happened in the real world... But it didn't. It didn't happen in the real world. So they were just mistaken when it came to the movie scene. And then same with, like, the Relentless Nightmare. Well, how's he moving? Okay, anyway. That's enough.
I found this shoved into a broom cupboard. He must have hidden it himself.
This place is behind the North School building. The girls' bathroom. The other Tomi Kisaragi. This is the culprit.
A robot?
Weird, right? And it's been bugging me all this time. Who this guy could have jumped into next.
Wow!
Know what I mean?
Completely accurate, and you would have to know that, too. Because you can't even play this until you've seen Exterminator and know what actually happened.
Yeah.
You heard about these nano machines? I just learned about them myself, actually. Had to sneak into the Shikishima facility to do it, but... they said someone close to me altered me somehow. Several times, in fact. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Because the only person who always seems to be around me is you.
Oh, Takamiya-san, don't get so worked up. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've already been caught, haven't you?
Yeah, but unless she's got some actual proof, she can just play dumb, you know?
This isn't a trial in Phoenix, right?
Objection? Take that.
You're not Erika Aiba. You're not even Tamao Karabe. You are a fugitive. One that used a robot who looked like Kisaragi to escape.
And according to A, if he is correct or telling the truth, which I assume both are true, you're Juro Izumi, which is going to be really weird for Juro Kurabe.
And so, in a 9D chess move, I have asked you, the known serial killer in a robotic body, out here to a secluded place to confront you about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She can't get away. Of course, Yuki can't get away either. However, there is one more thing that has to be said. Billy, Juro Izumi, Juro Kurabe, has become his own grandmother.
Oh my god!
Never thought I'd see the day.
This game's a hell of a drug.
Juro became his own grandmother.
Okay, well then. Moving along.
You are housing the consciousness of a mass murderer. A man by the name of Juro Izumi.
I hope Yuki can do something about this. She might have a gun.
Well, here's the thing. She did this after looking at a note from Chihiro Morimura.
Right.
So presumably they asked her to bring her out here to confront her, so she's probably got backup hidden somewhere.
So yeah,
That's what I'm
surely
thinking.
because the note, she did other things for Morimura according to that note too.
Yeah.
So.
You think I'm a man? Are you okay? Well, this is annoying. I could swear I made sure to erase your memories.
Finally dropping the act, huh?
I suppose this time, I'll have to erase quite a bit more.
Wow. I guess he really is a mass murderer.
Like hell you will. Look behind you.
Yep, exactly like you said. Ha! Shinonome, Goto, and the police?
So this was a trap.
Morimura's idea, actually.
Well, 426 has gotten out of worse, or at least equivalent.
Yeah.
It's been a while, hasn't it? I never thought I'd see you dressing up as a schoolgirl.
Hey, don't kink shame me, bro.
Look, it wasn't by choice in any case. It's you go where you have to go.
You're insane, Juro.
At least I'm more sane than you. Trying to save your own ass by derailing the Interstellar project.
I'm doing this for you and me. We can make it out alive. Not the you as you are now, but the one before you awakened here.
For the small sacrifice of 15 other lives.
Oh?
It's not a sacrifice.
Well,
They'll be able to lead happier lives this way.
they have to stay here in fake world so you and I can get out into real world. This would seem to be part of the source of tension with Operation Aegis, which stops the loop,
Yeah.
makes something permanent,
Yeah.
and you can easily see why other people might say, you know, I don't actually like this idea
Yeah.
of yours. Well, we'll see.
Even if it means they're denied their future without ever knowing why.
I have shot you here on Sumire Bridge once before.
Yeah, right here.
Huh.
I have no hesitation as I do so again.
Oh,
It was not set to stun.
no.
That means that we would know every time if it was not set to stun.
That's correct.
Because this was for realsies.
Oh shit, Aiba.
Stay back. It's not dead yet.
I still function.
Not for long.
Thank you. You didn't disappoint.
You really are a robot. Just what the hell were you doing to me?
Getting you ready. Ready for the game that will soon begin. Things are about to get underway. I don't have time to deal with nuisances like you.
Stop!
He jumped.
Meanwhile, the police officers are like, so, is anyone going to explain what just happened to us, or?
Oh, they'll get their memories wiped by Morimura, I'm sure.
Jumping from this height in the state he was in. Not even a body made of metal could survive unscathed.
Oh, don't give me that. With all the tropes this game's been applied to, you never assume they're dead until you see the body.
Yeah, he's very good at cockroaching through different sectors.
Cockroaching?
Yeah, cockroaching.
I love how you turned that into a verb.
He shouldn't be able to move very well. We need to surround the perimeter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they're not assuming he's down. Good.
You need to go straight home. We'll look around where he fell.
Understood.
Aiba.
And she actually does feel bad for the person she's been interacting with over and over and over. That person was a real android that was Tamo Kurabe for some reason.
Yeah.
Getting you ready for the game that will soon begin.
I assume he means destruction mode.
Presumably. Huh. Gee, you don't suppose... Oh. There's something that I have assumed a long time ago and was clearly completely wrong about.
Hyuta?
No, it has nothing to do with that. Billy,
Oh.
At this point, Juro Izumi leaps off the bridge.
Uh-huh.
A talking cat.
Oh no!
And who is it? Juro Izumi. Who does he go to? He goes to Megumi.
Oh my god, you're right!
I can restore his memories. Kind of because he is him, you know?
Having her preparing everyone for the game that's about to begin.
Right, and it all is that much more poignant when she's trying to get Juro Izumi, the man she loves, trying to get his memories back by cooperating with him as a cat. And we've always thought that Fluffy was pretty awful. Well, that's because he's the exterminator.
Oh no!
That's gotta be right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense!
And we have unlocked that. So it looks like we're just gonna be going all the way through Takamiya. So be it. Might be the last one right here.
Huh?
Meaning it's the one where we go save Natsuno.
Yeah.
Aiba. Where could she have gone? Forget her. I need to find Nachan. I should check with Sekigahara if there's been any progress.
It doesn't really feel lonely.
Huh?
Without Aiba.
Erika Aiba is a robot? Or, more accurately, a criminal by the name of Juro Izumi, who has no physical body of his own. He wanted to do something to me. Something that involved shooting me up with nanomachines.
Well, it's not like Erika Aiba necessarily sparked any kind of positive emotions from her. We've always been suspicious of her.
The Kisaragi involved in the bathroom incident. It was really just a robot built to look like her. Then that robot got damaged and was disposed of in the old school building. And now the robot's brain is in Aiba's body. How many days has it been since Nachan went missing? I was told she'd be able to find food, but I'm worried about her. I should hurry and get to the old building. Sekigahara is there.
And away we go. Wow, this might really be like the ending for Takamiya.
Anyone there?
Maybe.
If that's how this works.
Are you in here?
Hello?
Fruitful.
Where is he?
Good use of the audience's time.
He said he was gonna be hiding around here. Maybe he's still looking for her. Or maybe he got caught.
We have no way of saying anything because we haven't played A's story, and besides, this is all before A's story begins.
Yeah.
We are here.
Sekigahara, what happened?
The nanomachine separation inside the brain is progressing.
That sounds terrible.
So that's what it is. Nanomachine separation.
What does that mean?
He is in the same condition as Ryoko Shinonome.
Hey.
I still have my memory. I just ran out of my pills. Don't mind me. You were searching for Natsuno Minami.
Aren't they taking like a kind of oral nanomachine? Maybe the only reason it does anything is it just plugs in the gaps. But it'll only last for so long before the ones that are taken orally get infected as well.
And deteriorate.
We've determined her location. She's in Sector 3.
What?
Miura?
It is only speculation, but there is a high probability that she is there.
Okay, great! Let's go get her! Oh, wait. Sekigahara.
Go without me. I just needed to tell you. Besides, the black suits are only after me now.
So by this time, Sekigahara is gone. He's not hanging out in the old school building anymore.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember when Megami went after A?
Yeah, in the old school building.
Yeah, that's going to have happened after this.
Yes, you're right.
Because remember, right after this is when we get to a talking cat.
Yeah.
It'd be bad if they think you're my accomplice. Better to avoid being seen together at all. Come over here.
What is it? What is this thing?
A gun. Well, a phaser.
Take it with you.
I don't know how to use it.
You'll need it to save Minami.
Why do you say that?
Save her from what? From who? We know that there are exterminator androids, or I'm sorry, there are androids wandering around.
Okay, well that must be what it's for then.
I need to ask you a favor in return. Miura is carrying a message for me. If I were to ever lose my memory...
Here we go.
I need you to show me that message.
Man, it's gonna be great because now when we get to A, we'll have a better idea of what the heck is going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that maybe that's not necessarily good per se, but...
Well, such is the nature of the game.
Will you be okay by yourself?
Like, we'll know everything that A has done before that point, and literally nothing that he's doing at that time.
Myself is just about all I can handle. I'm sure Shinanome's medicine is in the nurse's office. Miura seems to be in a hurry. Please, go with him.
Yeah, I bet Miura is in a hurry. He is very fond of Natsuno Minami.
Very.
So, where is Nachan?
Southeast, 3.2 kilometers.
They really did find her.
There is an unusual concentration of androids.
Oh, that's bad.
Great. More of those creepy-ass robots.
They must have found something.
Something? You mean, Nachan?
This unit possesses no attack capabilities. It is up to you.
I know. I won't fail.
Even though it's clearly obvious by the way I'm holding this gun, I have no idea how to operate it. Just starts beating him in the face with it.
I have seen that gag about 7 or 8 times. The question is this actually Natchan? They said it's a large concentration of androids.
Ooh,
I'm ready.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. Could be an android.
Lead the way.
Huh?
It could be an android, not Chan. I think isn't that what you were trying to say?
No, it could be Miwako.
Oh, it could be that too, yeah.
I don't understand why there would be an android Natsuno, but I don't understand how there's these other androids. It could be Natsuno, though. That it is.
They're back.
Where the hell is Miwako?
They won't come in here.
I'm fine if she's not here, but in that case, where is she?
But if I take even one step outside, they'll attack. Ever since I got here, they just keep on coming. I ate my last can of food yesterday. And now the soda I was taking sips from is empty too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what should I do? Am I going to die here? Without anyone knowing?
Are these things worthless?
Yes, that is the correct answer.
She's aiming real carefully.
Aim for the battery.
That's what I'm doing! Like I'm supposed to know how to use a freaking gun.
When's she gonna get the practice?
You did well.
Well, that was surprisingly anticlimactic, but great!
No way. Yuki-chan?
And the mother rescues her beloved daughter.
Don't think too much on that.
At least neither of them are their own grandmother. The mother and daughter. Yep. That sure is awkward.
Natsuno! I'm so glad you're okay.
She's been busting her butt to get here and do this.
Yeah.
Yuki-chan!
I finally found you. You're safe now, alright?
I know. But why are you here, Yuki-chan?
I'd come find you anywhere, Natsuno. Even if I have to cross time and space to do it.
Oh, Yuki-chan!
The Gym-Bowler's magnetic shield is still active.
BJ!
It is why the androids could not approach.
You came back for me!
Of course. Small talk must come later. There are 4 androids approaching.
Let's go. No matter what comes our way, I will protect you. With everything I have!
Oh!
That was it.
Ho ho!
Hooray! We've finally finished the character's story!
Awesome!
It feels slightly empty though, like maybe I was expecting something bigger? That's fine. It is what it is.
And this one's probably going to lead to the final battle too, because we'll just see the same scene from her perspective.
Yeah, I think we should, since we just did it. Then after that, we'll get to Amiguchi. But,
I agree.
like, this is the last scene.
Yeah!
Right. This should be a good spot, right? The river's nice and wide. Plus, no one else is around.
And because you can't get to this until you've cleared Yuki's story, they don't have to provide any context. It's obvious.
That's pretty clever.
It shouldn't be a problem if the Sentinel pops up here.
Are you going to summon it right now? Perhaps we should wait until nightfall.
Well, we're going to send it right back, aren't we?
If it's only for a second, then we should be fine.
I want to change the registered pilot of Sentinel number 17 to you, Natsuno.
Wait, right here? Why?
I was previously using Miura's ID. However, the ownership of the ID returned to him.
That was the scene with Miura where they talked, I guess.
Yeah.
It's because I operated Sentinel number 19.
There we go.
I can no longer pilot a Sentinel. In order to shift to the Sentinel, it must receive a new pilot. But this change comes with a price. It will reset the Sentinel's stored memory.
Wait, that's not good.
Then, what do we do?
We'll transfer all data logs to me. If it's done at the same time we change the registered pilot, I should be able to secure the log data.
Good thinking, BJ.
Natsuno. From now on, Sentinel number 17 will be
Your new partner instead of me, I guess. No, this is not gonna have a... well...
Right, no problem.
Well, listen to the music, come on.
Yeah, maybe A just ends up using kind of his emptied robot body. BJ's, I mean. I'm gonna call him BJ because Miura is right there.
Seems fair.
I'll be the one who pilots the robot. And I'll fight together with my pal BJ.
Yeah.
As long as Nachan isn't in any danger.
Sentinel number 17 will protect Natsuno.
If anything, I should be the one fighting.
Oh, you will, don't worry.
There is another Sentinel for you.
What did you say?
You must work together and survive.
You know it.
Both processes must be performed concurrently. Natsuno, it's time to activate.
Okay. Dang, that was fast.
Oh, did you see BJ?
Yeah.
Now send it back, Nachan.
How do I do that?
Ask me, shall receive.
It...
It disappeared.
Does that mean it worked, BJ? BJ? You okay, buddy? Say something.
He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
What?
He knew that it was going to happen this way.
BJ was the only one who could retrieve the log data. But the storage capacity on a scout unit like that is limited.
So in order to... Well, he had something to overwrite.
He couldn't store both the log data and his own AI data. So in order to make room for the logs, he deleted himself.
No. No, you're wrong. He's just fooling around. Come on. Wake up, BJ. BJ.
Well, rest in peace, little buddy. At least Keitaro Miura is there.
Poor guy.
I really wish that we hadn't been told very early on that that was going to happen, though.
Unfortunately, that's the downside of this type of storytelling.
Yeah.
You gotta accept the good with the bad.
Wow, that was at the end. So the BJ that we see in A's story is BJ.
Yeah.
Okay. 45% analysis, 60% remembrance.
You made a lot of progress.
I figured it would kind of be like this once we got to a certain point. Presumably there's only one more Miura event, too.
Based on his percentages. Okay.
Shu Amiguchi, unlock more battles for us! I do, however, have to figure out what the heck has actually happened, because you remember how long it's been? I guess the last thing we got was with Kisaragi when he was confessing in a previous loop.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Man, I'm really off my game today.
I know, we're really early on.
All these weird dreams must be getting to me. And that show that came on in the middle of the night. Wish that was just a dream.
Like, are we gonna just repeat some of the other things that have happened?
I assume so.
How would we know?
Back in my dream, he called himself Tetsuya Ida. We look identical, but that's not my name, so... It's weird. I keep seeing Kisaragi in my dreams. Except it's not exactly me. My name's Ida there. Just two people struggling to survive. Wonder if they're in love.
Oh yeah, I actually had forgotten that Amiguchi had been shot as a witch.
Whatever that necessarily means, we have an idea of what it means, but we don't know for sure.
Juro Kurabe witnesses the whole event, and Fluffy, who we're pretty sure is Juro Izumi, ends up having to manipulate his memories.
Yeah. And while Juro Izumi was in Erika Aiba's body, he did mention that he manipulated Yuki's memories.
You're right, but Izumi or 426 manipulated Yuki's nanomachines.
Oh, I thought I remember him saying that he did manipulate her memories too. I must be misremembering.
Did they say memories? I don't think they did.
Didn't she say something like, I thought I erased your memories, but now I'm going to have to erase a little more?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he just knows how to erase memories in the nanomachines now. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
As he is a consciousness without a body moving from android to android, or organism to organism.
However that works.
Man, I wonder how much else we forgot. It's so hard to keep track of everything when it is presented non-chronologically.
Especially when we've been following several people quite a ways and then jump back to the early stage in someone else's story.
Yeah.
Yuki-chan's supposed to be in Class 1A. No sign of her, though. I don't see Karabe-kun. I wanted to talk about my dream. Might be out in the passageway.
Oh, this is awkward.
Oh, it's you.
What?
She's the same. Just like the Kisaragi I saw in my dream.
Did you say something? You got a problem?
Wow, she's kind of hostile. Is he about to start putting on the moves? The moves would never work with somebody like Tomy.
No.
You were the one just standing around here.
Gotta make sure.
Huh? Ah!
Huh.
What the hell are you doing, you pervert?
Looking for her start sign on the back.
I see.
You think you can do anything you want just because you're popular?
Look, I mean, I had this dream last night.
Oh, yeah,
I just
that's
had to
good.
make sure you actually had a belly.
See, good save, good save. Furthermore, at some point, Miwako also likes Amiguchi, which is another thing that would probably make Tomy kind of, hostile about it.
I'm sorry. What? Now you're calling me fat? What the hell is your problem?
No, he was calling you thin, not fat. Ah!
How is that okay? Do you think you can just go around grabbing girls?
Oh, sorry. I saw her hanging there. Or half of her at any rate. Maybe it really was just a messed up dream. I already know what Karabe-kun would say. I gotta lay off the splatter flicks.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
The dream that he's talking about is not one we have seen before.
He's probably going to be reminiscing it shortly, I imagine.
Half of her, though.
It was probably her being torn in half or something like that. He's going to find, like, half of her body in the dream.
Oh, you might be exactly right, but we do have a Kisaragi android.
Well, I'd like to think that he might be able to tell the difference between a robot and a living person, but then again, with many of the other conclusions people have drawn, maybe not.
Don't you never remember your dreams?
I never remember my dreams. It's really kind of irritating, because sometimes I'd like to.
You can't really tell the difference between anything in a dream, mostly, unless you can. I realize I didn't say something.
You didn't do anything to either prove or disprove anyone's statement. That entire comment has just decreased the collective IQ of everyone watching this video. Thank you.
Well, you don't know what dreams are like. That's my brilliant response.
Such a skis-ball. What's with this guy?
God, she hates him.
Well, after that...
She had to have kind of hated him before that.
Touch Kisaragi. Oh, yeah.
Karabe-kun might be waiting for me. I should get going.
Okay, passageway of destiny.
Oh, this Karabe-kun talking to himself.
Maybe this is where Fuyusaka comes up.
Oh.
Called it.
Hey, Fuyusaka. You the only one here?
Hi, Amiguchi-kun.
Karabe-kun's not here, huh?
Well, at this point, she's part of the little talk about the creepy dreams group.
Yeah.
I had this dream. It's bugging me. I kind of wanted to talk about it. How about you, Amiguchi-kun?
Yeah, my dreams have been crazy lately, too.
Do you see robots too?
No.
Wish it did, though. Way better than half a girl I know.
Well, okay, sure, yeah, they're kind of like robots.
What kind of robots?
Well, they were more like androids. I mean, you couldn't tell them apart from human beings. And I'm there in some kind of lab with all these androids.
I know that place. I was there too, in my dream. The 6th biggest underground laboratory in Shikishima.
The 6th?
Ooh.
How many of these they got?
Or something.
That place is underground?
And they're talking like some type of magical shared language. No one can really understand them, but like these two plus Juro are like the only people that can understand each other.
And I saw Usami-chan there too.
Oh no! Guess that's where the android was made.
Tomi Kisaragi.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's gotta be the same place.
Well, time to reminisce.
Okay, so...
Oh!
And that should work okay.
Right, it's
Memory data is now ready.
Oh, great! Now we have an adult Shu Amiguchi, different from the adult Tetsuya Ida, who is also Shu Amiguchi. Of course! Of course! This must be a Shu from a previous loop. I'm assuming because Tetsuya Ida seems to be the prime Shu from the beginning.
and there's the Kisaragi android that 426 is gonna 426.
Right.
So the question is, does 426 kill Itaguchi and then take the android? I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna call him. I have no idea. It's all beyond me. Oh. I actually get to shuffle around. Can't sprint, though, because no vigor of youth, now that he's an ancient old 23.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's not that old. Shut up.
Thank you, Tamao-san. I really don't know what I'd do without you.
Now, this would be freaking weird, except we know a lot about Tamo Kurabe.
Yes.
Not everything about Tamo Kurabe, but...
Don't worry, Ida-kun.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
You succeeded with me. I'm sure you'll do fine with her.
You built my android. I'm sure you'll do fine with her android.
I'm sorry I had to prioritize her. Don't worry. We'll get you a body too. Soon.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
But she's an AI right now.
That makes sense. She's an AI expert. Wow, it's neat that we already know that.
Yeah.
Let's begin.
Initializing composition.
So she's just helping do the work because she's an expert.
Yeah.
The simulated personality and memories have been synchronized.
Please, come back to me. Tomi, do you recognize me?
It doesn't work that way, man. The Tetsuya Ida we know might be this person.
Yeah.
Ida-kun? Wait. Are you his older brother? Did he even have a brother?
It is you.
You look so... grown up.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it took so long. It took 8 years, even with the technology underground.
I can't move.
She's having trouble understanding her situation.
Oh, you don't say.
I will inhibit her emotions to avoid a panic attack.
That's very likely. Could very well happen.
Huh?
What's happening?
Please listen. Try to stay calm. I analyzed your data from the records in Sector 0.
Oh, no. It just means that the girl that Ida loved was killed by Juro Izumi.
Oh.
Just like how Juro Izumi apparently killed one of the Luke's Tamo Kurabes.
I found data for your old memories, your mind. And now I've transferred them into an android body.
They've got to be digital. They cannot be physical.
Yeah!
It's got to be digital.
You mean I'm not human?
Oh, you're as human as the rest of us, frankly.
There you go. You could existentially complain about how you're less human than anybody else, but everybody here is in the same boat as you, just not with metal body.
Tamao-san, please turn up the sensitivity on those inhibitors.
Kisaragi-san, you're like me now. An AI, based on memory data.
Isn't everybody? Right? Doesn't that have to be the only way to look at it?
Yeah.
You are constructed to think and act just like her. To be Tomi Kisaragi.
You're still you.
Let me try to calm her directly. Could you connect us?
Do what you can. Please.
Well, this is just freaking out over the craziness of it all. Which you can't possibly blame her.
Right?
We've got a problem with the Sentinels, Ida-kun. The Sentinels we thought were complete aren't responding.
The AI ones.
The remote.
Yeah, the
Robots?
remote operated ones.
The Sentinels are working off of the same code base as the D series. So it has to be the D code control holding them back. If we want to disrupt that function, well...
I mean, this is well before Naya Goto controls a bunch.
Right.
But...
we need someone compatible to maintain direct access. Something wrong?
Whoa, hold on. Miyuki Inaba, an AI idol, you say?
Oh, my God! Everything is a bit different now, since she's like everyone else, so... guess he just sets her free. Huh.
I just made that connection.
I hadn't thought about it because we hadn't thought about the AI idol in so long.
Uh-huh.
But now that we know...
No.
Is this a bad time?
Yes.
No, everything's fine now. She's calmed down.
Really?
I mean, everyone's telling her that she is who she thinks she is.
Yeah.
She's just in a different body. Everyone's glad to see her, and everyone thinks that she is who she thinks she is.
Right.
So, I mean, there you go.
Tomi?
What happened to the real me?
Well...
Please, be honest.
That's how you can tell that these are good, and I use the word loosely, that these are good AIs, is because the first thing she thinks about is, what about the real me? Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the real her.
Yeah.
In a matter of speaking, there's just several real yous. It's whew.
Look, you can't have that conversation with Chihiro Morimoto on stage.
Or rather, I can because of that.
Juro killed you.
So he did kill them in that shootout dream. But now we know what that means.
Yeah.
You and the other kids. And I put him down.
We had thought that maybe he didn't kill them, but...
Well, their bodies didn't get obliterated by the gun.
Damn it.
Well, anyway, if they say at this point that he killed them, then he killed them.
Yeah.
We have a lot more...
Context?
knowledge.
Yeah.
That dream again. Man, what time is it? No way I'm getting back to sleep after that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've had some absolutely insane nightmares.
Yes, Damon?
I was just remembering some of them. Okay. I don't really have a choice. I'm not going to try to tell a story about the whole dream or everything that happened, but it was this weird nightmare, and I was in some house or other, and there were all these bugs everywhere, and you could hear the bugs, and you could see the bugs. Billy knows this story, of course. And, well, everywhere that I went in this house, there were just bugs everywhere. And it wasn't any house that I've ever known. But then I walked into another room, and in that room was Billy. And Billy was dressed in a brown kind of bug suit, but it was a costume, like a kid's costume, kind of poorly done. And he was bending down and he was just eating the bugs. And while he was doing that, he was saying in a falsetto voice, "No, don't eat my face." He just kept repeating it. "No, don't eat my face, don't eat my face." While he was just chomping on bugs, and there were like bugs attached to his face. I call it a nightmare.
I don't know, that sounds like nightmare fuel to me, frankly.
Not because it was scary, because I thought, what the f***ity f***ity is wrong with me that I'm dreaming about this? I blame Billy.
As he should.
So in that dream, my name's Tetsuya Ida.
No! Don't eat my face! Okay. Sorry.
It looks like it takes place in the future. And Fuyusaka's apparently been seeing stuff in the same place. Huh. I've been seeing things through Tetsuya Ida's eyes. But Fuyusaka... Actually, now that I think about it, the Ms. Morimura in my dreams looks pretty familiar.
Fuyusaka is a normal person size, but this Chihiro Morimura is about 8 times as endowed.
She kind of reminds me of Fuyusaka.
Yep.
You in there? Not coming out today?
Miura.
You mean Miyuki Inaba?
Oh, it was that "you in there, you not coming out today" made me wonder, what, is he keeping Miura in his closet? Because Keitaro Miura did live here.
For a short time, you're right.
Hello? Nothing to see here, just a guy talking to his TV.
See, even I thought he was talking to a guy in his closet.
I'm not sure which one of these is more weird.
No!
Okay, maybe I'm just going nuts.
No, you're not. I'm glad you talked to me.
There you are.
So she's just been set free into the world itself or something.
Yes.
What is going on?
From the sounds of things, this might still take a while.
Are you the real Miyuki Inaba? Or something else just wearing her face?
Well, whose face is it?
Yeah.
There's only one Miyuki Inaba in the world. But whether this face is just a mask, it's hard to say. Sometimes a mask is all an idol has. Sometimes it's all they are.
I know this is a normal TV set. It doesn't even do video phone stuff. Pretty sure I shouldn't be able to talk to someone through it.
You yourself are the transmitter. The TV is just the receiver.
Blah blah, nanomachines, etc., etc.
This is the only way I can communicate with you. I was blocked by Universal Control. The system denied me access. So I had to sneak in on this broadcast.
Kinda over my head, but I guess the point is, you hijacked the airwaves, and that's how we're talking.
More or less, you have the very basics correct.
You could say that.
Why me, though?
You're the only one I can find.
Uh-huh.
More accurately, your ID is the only one I could locate. But even beyond that, I know I can depend on you.
Because she trusts you more than anyone else.
Okay, back up. You said something would take a while. What were you talking about?
There is something that she's doing. We heard about it in a battle. I just don't remember what.
I don't think she straight up said.
It will take a while to help you understand.
Understand what?
Our situation. I'm being tracked. I'm cutting the connection for now.
Well, there we go, I guess.
Yeah, let's just unlock this, shall we?
Katamo android. Did you have to use that picture? I was wondering about the android thing.
What do you mean?
these might be the only androids that were ever made. Well, why are there android people of people that we know?
That's a good question.
That's freaking weird! I've been wondering about it! I don't need to explain that part to you! 8 years of research. Happens about when one would expect that it would happen. Wait a minute. Miyuki Inaba is posing as broadcast content? The reason that she's become popular as an idol is because she keeps hijacking TV programs or some such?
Makes sense to me.
Looks like we have to do Exterminator. That makes sense though, because then we find out more about the Kisaragi android.
You're right.
Man, that Exterminator event is
pretty pivotal.
Super important, apparently. Okay, well, that's where we are. We've decided to push Amiguchi. And, I don't know. What do you want me to say?
How about, no, don't eat my hamburger. Is that okay? Is that a little too random? I could do something else. No? Nothing? Okay.